I am all for a crowd letting the WWE know what they think through chanting. I want to get this out of the way first because I'm about to lay into some crowd chants that just need to be stopped, but I want to put it up first that I am pro chants. CM Punk. Look, I get it. CM Punk was one of the most exciting performers to pass through WWE since the Attitude Era. But constantly chanting for him just stunts the growth of any new star the WWE tries to build. The chants seemed to be dying slowly but came back during the first title defence of TJ Perkins. And I just fail to understand why this keeps happening. There has been talk for months, if not years, that we need new stars to be built, but the very first title match of an entirely new division with the potential for dozens of stars, and the crowd have nothing better to do than chant for someone who has kept away from the company for 2 years. I know the match wasn't amazing, but it can only get better from here. In the CWC, both of those performers put on absolutely stellar matches, and if we give them a chance they can do it on the big stage. But chanting for Punk is not going to help even slightly. What? The worst thing Stone Cold brought to the wrestling world is the What chant. When it first started it was genuinely very entertaining. That was like 15 years ago. It is not entertaining anymore. Some people have defended it by saying talent can just speed up their cadence or turn it back on the crowd. The problem with the former approach is that it can upset someone's natural rhythm to speak so much faster, and the problem with the latter approach is that most of the retaliations boil down to "you're stupid for chanting what," which is not only juvenile and boring but can ruin someone's character. Fair enough Owens or Jericho can pull this kind of insult off, but what if Bayley or Sami Zayn starts to get a what chant? Truth be told, they shouldn't even have to think about this. However much work you put into speaking to an empty room, it will never ever compare to stepping out in front of thousands of people and having to talk. And if every experience you have of the crowd is them cutting off every sentence, then you won't get the confidence to grow as a performer. Some people struggle on the mic, and that's always going to be the case. But people pointing this out just make the characters seem weak and ineffective, and kind of kills the show. This all brings me on to what, in my opinion, is the absolute worst chant. We are awesome. This has become commonplace at the more raucous WWE crowds. For example, NXT specials, post-WrestleMania Raws, and whenever they come over to the British Isles. And, it's just the worst thing. The chant just reeks of the self-entitled new generation style of thinking, and it's just an example of people trying to detract attention from the performers in the ring who have put years and decades of work in to get to where they are today. Can you imagine how demoralising it must be to have put your body through years of abuse to hear this chant during a match? Seriously, this is only a few steps up from outright heckling the performers, and it just needs to stop. I can't even begin to make valid points about the chant, because it has no redeeming quality. It just serves to ruin a show and make me dislike the crowd. So that's what I think we need to work on when it comes to chanting. Chants used to be so exciting and varied, and getting rid of these offenders can start to bring back that creativity. If you have any thoughts about this, then feel free to email me on chester@ropeburnwrestling.co.uk or find me on Twitter @ropeburnpodcast. I'd like to thank Kevin MacLeod for his track Cool Hard Facts, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0. You can find it at incompetech.com.